Hey YouTube, tomorrow is the global Unova Tour, so 10 to 6 both on the 1st and 2nd. So what we're going to do in this video is we are going to skip over a lot of the event details. If you truly just want I want to know everything about this event, I want to know about what can I pay for, what are the backgrounds for this, what are all this stuff, go check out Poke Daxi. He summed it up pretty well. I watched his video already. We, as you know, are going to focus from the GBL context. So if you want to know what Pokemon you should be hunting from a GBL context for raids and for battle, like the eggs if you're an egg catcher, or just the wild Pokemon, this is the video for you. So Black and White Kyurem are the main things we need to focus on right away. So if we organize by Master League, you can see that Kyurem Black is the number 2 ranked Pokemon and Kyurem White is the number 5 ranked. And why is that the case? If you watch, I covered a subscriber went to LA and I covered the video with the gameplay. Kyurem Black is the highest realistic. I'll just show you. You can organize by stat product. I'm going to organize by attack. As you can see, it's the highest useful attack Pokemon, right? So we have sure Deoxys and Xurkitree, which are just like crazy Pokemon. But if we actually go down to usable Pokemon, Black and White Kyurem 273 attack. And then there's Mewtwo at 264 before we start getting to like Landorus at 255, right? So this thing is a very, very attack heavy Pokemon. And with it, some nice charge moves to boost, right? Shadow Claw and just fast moves too. So Shadow Claw as the charge move. Even has Dragon Tail if you want to run that, but Shadow Claw and then this sort of move you need to obtain, Free Shock as a nuke. That you still get to in decent 16 and 14, and then Fusion Bolt for coverage at 12 and 10, right? So really nice moves there. That's why I think White is slightly lower. Its first move, same thing. It's the same damage and energy for these two moves, but Ice Burn, just the second move is Fusion Flare, and I find that Electric is probably between the Flyers and the Water will provide you better coverage than Fusion Flare as a first move. So I think between that and then the Ice Fang as the fast move, I think that is the reason why Black is ahead of the White. But you need to fuse it. So you need to, how do you fuse Kyurem? You need Kyurem and Zekrom fused with 1,000 volt fusion switch and 30 candies to get, and 30 Zekrom candies to get the Black Kyurem, and the White one with Reshiram and 1,000 Blaze fusion energy, 30 Kyurem energy, and 30 Reshiram candies. So it seems like quite the investment to get it. I mean, if you do like a couple raids, you should have at least 30 candies of each. The Blaze fusion, the energy is something more that you may need. But moves. So Black Kyurem with Free Shock, which is its move. So you need to fuse with Zekrom. So fuse with Zekrom. A Kyurem that knows Glaciate, which is its legacy move. So you need Kyurem that knows Glaciate, you fuse it with Zekrom, and the Black Kyurem will get Free Shock. And it is the same thing with White Kyurem for Ice Burn, Reshiram Kyurem with Glaciate to get White Kyurem with Ice Burn. So that is how you do the fusion to get these legacy moves. Collecting the energy by defeating Black and White Kyurem in raids is how you obtain it. I think they actually released like a research task to get like 500, so you can try and find that to get that. I've already gone over the pass in another video. You can check that out. Shiny Meloetta, we're not paying for that. Deers, cool, they're useless. Eggs, shiny, future Pokemon, here we go. 5-star raids. So like I said, Black and White Kyurem is the one you're going to want to raid to get the fusion energy, and it's the one you want to raid to get, I mean, just like if you need XL candies for it and candies, and then a Zekrom and Reshiram you need for the fusion. So that is why all 4 of those are in the raids. 3-star raids is just Druddigon, which is kind of useless, okay in the limited meta. But then 1-star is Pikachu with just costumes, so screw that. Don't care about backgrounds. We care about Pokemon. So I'm not going to just name every single Pokemon here. You can look at the screen. If you just listen to my sound of my voice, the majority of these are useless. I will go over the ones that aren't useless, and unfortunately, there's not many. There's only 2 I really want to talk about. Maybe 3 I want to talk about. So Oshawott a weird one because Samurott is kind of useless right now. Because one, there's just way better other starter water Pokemons with Hydro, right? Pretty much everyone, Greninja, Feraligatr, Swampert are all better. And why is that? Why is this Samurott ranked 74 in the Great League? Because it's missing two things. Fury Cutter is just not a good fast move. It's got 4 energy, but only 2 damage per turn. It really needs a buff. Like Fury Cutter and all these bug moves need a buff next season. So hopefully they've announced that already. But also outside of Hydro Cannon, your second move is also garbage. You have to do like a Mega Horn, I guess, at best. It's saying, I think it says, yeah, Mega Horn. It says to use Mega Horn because it's got other water Pokemon which are just worse than Hydro, so you're always going to use Hydro. And then you have like a 19-turn Blizzard, which is way too many. So again, a 14-turn Mega Horn is not the worst, but Bug is just not a great typing. So that is why it is kind of lower the rank. Galvantula was a very top meta, but it's down at 311 in the Great League. Probably slightly better in the Ultra League, but maybe not even. 267 in the Ultra League. And I think basically Galvantula has just been replaced by Morpeko and Charjabug. So there's really no reason to use Galvantula. It's just a little too glassy. If you're going to be that glassy, you might want to hit like Morpeko and change form to give you coverage, or just be more bulky like Charjabug. And then the last one here was like Haxorus. So it has some play in like limited premier metas, but not much as that. I should have actually said I just ran right into the Pokemon. So these are the winter Pokemon. There is rotating habitats like it was during Global Go Fest. So these Pokemon that here, 10 a.m. first one at 10 a.m. and the second one at 2 p.m. That's when you see these Pokemon. So I would focus, maybe on those, maybe on Drillbur to get like an extra drill, but otherwise not a lot of usable Pokemon in the winter one. The spring, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So obviously the first one we're going to talk about is Snivy because that is superior. I mean, if you've been sleeping under a rock for the last few seasons, superior is ranked 55. It honestly plays better than 55, quite honestly. The Vine Whip's good charging. Frenzy Plant's a nuke, and it's only 12 to get to. So, and it's got some bulk. So, superior is one that you should get if you do not have it yet. Not GBL related, but Adino is 2100 dust per catch. So you definitely should be going after that. And then again, Love Cup will come around next year because Niantic doesn't care about leagues. So, Love Cup or Color Cup? Love Cup will come around next year. So Lone Molo have played in that. And then Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is, again, one of those that has better play in limited metas, but it has some play in Open Grade League. 156 is its ranking. Again, I'd probably rather use other grass in the Open Grade League, like Superior and Jumpluff, but as a grass/steel Pokemon, it's okay there. But right now, this is not a very, so far, I think we're basically 0 for 2. There's not one of these, like, I mean, again, if you don't have a Superior, getting a Snivy, which you then need the Legacy move, which I think you may be able to get this event. I'll have to check that later down. Then we go to Summer. And on this list, oh my god. Well, Trubbish, if you want some dust, and Pancake Stunfisk, if you want, it has some play. Again, it's tough to bring. It's actually ranked 16. For something that's ranked 16, you rarely ever see it. It's got really good bulk, but for me, I always just hated its charge moves. So Thundershock got buffed, but its charge moves, you only have 2 that are useful. And they're not even that useful because the damage per energy is just okay. And it just does not hit hard. So 72 damage and 78 damage. So you need to in neutral matchups, like against a Dunsparce, you need to land 4 Mud Bombs, essentially. So I don't love Stunfisk as a Pokemon. But there are not really many others here that even have play. So this is looking, honestly, so far just like I hate to say it, this looks like a raid event for Kyurem and Reshiram and stuff like that, and then it looks like a shiny hunt, honestly. And then brings us to autumn. I mean, Golett has some play as but I think you probably want the Shadow. I'm just blanking on the name. Golurk. Yeah, Golurk's at 45. But the non-shadow is 87, so you may even want the shadow for that. And then the other ones, Scrafty got nerfed. Purloin has some play in like baby cups, like little cups, 500 CP. Yeah, mask, I always get Yamask for Cofagrigus and stuff like that. But outside of that, man, this is not. And then do you know for maybe limited Match League Premier. But my goodness, Frillish is again. I would get some Frillish. I would get some for Jellicent because Jellicent still has play in the Ultra League, but I think in the Great League it's just been replaced by the other Astonish users. So unfortunately, in terms of the spawns, this is a shiny hunting event. If I'm being quite honest, the majority of these Pokemon are not GBL useful. The majority of these aren't even like raid useful, like PvE useful. Like you would not use the majority of these Pokemon for raiding either. So that is unfortunate. You know, it makes sense that like when it comes to these events, when it comes to these like Pokedex events for a region, there are only gonna be at best probably like 10 GBL Pokemon in a region at any given time, right? So when you think of it from that perspective, you're probably only looking at like at most 10. Some of them may be raid locked. Like again, like you're looking at Kyurem and Reshiram and stuff being raid locked. I mean, they're legendary, so it makes sense that they're raid locked. But those in raids. So yeah, this is just not the best event for GBL. Eggs. No. Ooh, okay. Region locked 10k eggs. If you again, everyone kind of knows how I feel about hunting through eggs. I find it very like RPS gambling. Same with shiny hunting. But Maractus, Sigilyph, and Bouffalant are all region specific Pokemon. So if you are not able to get to the regions, these are your best opportunities. So 10k eggs may be worth actually hatching here. But otherwise, same thing with Sock, but Sock's been around depending on when you started. Sock has had a few events where you could get it in the other regions. The unknowns for Incense, research to get, again, like the different striped Basculin and Deerlings. Bonus features, half distance, 6 special trades, no limit for raids, half the Stardust cost. So this is a very trading event. Again, I'm gonna go over the party stuff because it's just encounters with Pokemon that are useless. And roots, same thing. Basculin for the roots there. And that's talking about the global. So what would for me, as someone that's been playing for, what year is this? Okay, 6.5 years. And who's been so into GBL, this event is for me, focusing only on the raids. I will probably, I won't even, because my daughter's birthday is on Saturday. So Saturday is a complete write-off. If I can get out to do some raids on Sunday, I'll probably do that. But otherwise, this is going to be just a raiding event for me. If you are a shiny hunter, like looking at the winter, everything has the sparkles beside. Everything has the sparkles beside here. Yes, so this is, for me, primarily a shiny hunting event if you want to finish your shiny decks for a region. Unfortunately, that's where we're at with this event. But one worth raiding for a couple of these. And again, some Pokemon have play, and you never know. Here's the thing. Most Pokemon are always just one move away from becoming meta. That's not 100% true. But if you just get like an OP fast move and charge move set, you're going to become meta no matter how bad your stat product is and your move sets and your typings are, because you can overcome that with just an incredible move set. So when it comes to these types of events, I personally would hunt for specific Pokemon. Like when it comes to like global golf and stuff, I would hunt for, so like in this one, I would hunt for like maybe Axews and Joltix and Drillburs and maybe Oshawotts, but still have like my auto catcher running in the background to catch everything else. And then if you get a good IV, save it, and you never know. You never know what Niantic's going to do with the movesets. But maybe this is going to go up Friday, the day before the event. Maybe they have already told us what's going to happen with the movesets. It would have to go up yesterday. But yeah, so that is it. Thanks for watching. Good luck playing the event. And I will see you guys in the next one.